Now hear me when I say this, when I say I would be just terrified. Just absolutely, like, I need to leave the country.
Gotcha!
Saber was hilarious, but to be honest, this was the last time I was fully enveloped in Kamen Rider, and I'm not making a joke. I've been away from the franchise for a good while, dabbling in my other interests as I felt things were getting very samey. I got kinda sick of the consistent addition of rider after rider after rider and things I didn't care about just so that toys could fly off the shelves. This went from Revised and all the way through Geats, but something about Kamen Rider Gotchard stopped me and really... Oh, actually, it's a lot of things. For one was the announcement that Back On would be performing the main theme. Back On was a band that I'd listened to on repeat day after day in my middle school and high school years, just wishing they'd be signed on to Kamen Rider at some point. And apparently they did do a theme for Geats, but I don't care for Geats, I'm sorry. First episodes usually aren't much of anything, they're there to leave an impression and that's their sole purpose. I mean, I wasn't really feeling any sort of way at first, but as the episodes piled on is when it really pulled me in more and more. I've had things to say publicly about the acting, and some of those still stand. The acting for the main protagonists Houtaro and Rine was pretty bad. I mean, this is like the only face Houtaro would make in like the first 10 episodes. It was to the point that I couldn't tell exactly what emotion I was supposed to be feeling even from such simple dialogue, mostly from Rine. But over time, it started to improve. Houtaro also concerned me at one point. The show made it clear that the monsters known as Kemis go rogue when coming in contact with any form of malice, and Houtaro wanting to befriend them even after seeing the damage they cause had me just so frustrated with this reckless idea of I can do it because I'm the main character mentality. But the show started introducing really somewhat emotional stories from one-off characters that helped me to see this vision through. It's the same sort of idea that Kamen Rider Forze brought forward. Houtaro helping a kid who doesn't want to get rid of the Sabo Needle Kemi like his father wants him to. A wrestling gym owner having to eventually give up his memories of the Kemi Wrestler G, a Kemi that took the form of an action figure in the possession of the same owner, and Wrestler G crying at the thought of losing its friend. A dad lost in his emotions believing his daughter saw him as a quitter and never being able to see her again after being eaten by the Kemi X-Rex, only to find out his daughter knew he loved dinosaurs and tried to snap a picture of the same one that ate him, not knowing that he was inside, and the dad risking his life to protect her later on and the two coming together again. Like, these stories are simplistic in a way and one-off, but they're powerful for what they are, and it's one of my favorite things about shows like this. If you can get me to feel something, I will be here with you for the entire ride. I'm trying to, wait, what? Please don't take that out of context. The villains are standard villains, but they do have their own level of threat that keeps me coming back. A Troops I feel has potential, but the scenes with her and Rina have acting that didn't exactly help in winning me over on their dynamic, but I know it's there. The intimidation meant to bring out the fire in Rina exists, and I'm here for it. I just want more from it. The other two sisters are fierce in their own way, one towards Spanner and the other towards Minato. Everyone is neck at someone, and it's the kind of dynamic I love to see. Spanner, I feel, needs a lot of work done. The show is painting him as this anti-hero, this strong character with edge, but I don't really get that from his character or even his actor right now. Like, anyone can pull it off, but with the way it's written and the fact that he's been losing just about every single fight he gets in loses me on being able to take him seriously. I get that he's becoming a writer and at some point he's going to stand up and start taking people out, but for right now the impression he gives me is the show trying to do way too much with him for way too long and trying to push this kind of character on him that doesn't exactly fit. Or at least right now. But I see the vision, the overcoming jealousy, the believing you're the strongest, only to be shoved down time and time again. But he's not even in every episode, so anytime I'd see him prior, I'd be like, oh, right, you're here. And then he loses the fight, and it's like, bro, come on. Now, there were rumors that Gotchard and toy sales apparently wasn't selling so well, so Bandai and Toei freaked out and resulted in making the show have this huge shift that we're seeing now. So it's possible that that could be why Valverad's rider form is coming in so much sooner. And if it's true, then I'm all here for it, because for all we know, it could have been another month or more of Valverad doing nothing and I would have flipped. Again, I do see what's being set up. There was a really nice moment between him and Professor Kyoka in episode 17 where they played chess while giving exposition. He lost the match and the punishment was to be spoon-fed, something he was against beforehand. As he ate from it this time, however, it showed that he's willing to accept defeat, to accept that he lost and keep moving ahead with the notion that things will be better the next time, and I love that. I want the show to keep on him less sporadically and in a more focused fashion. I want Rina to shine, and she's coming into her own. She's great on her own, but I think being a writer will do wonders for her character by having her on the field and being able to strengthen her bond with Houtaro and all the others more intimately. I was so excited seeing that she was getting her own driver unit. Hopefully it's all up from here. I'm really looking forward to Rina and Hotaru working together as riders, and to see her character just develop and come out more. Gotchard, man, Gotchard is just fun. I don't know. I don't need this intense story, this consistent pushing forward of something. It's welcomed, but it's not 100% necessary. I love just popping on an episode and letting it run while Hotaru and his new friends are helping someone with their life struggles and getting the chemis back. Like, it's so Forze coded. They're just dumb kids having fun and doing whatever's necessary to get the job done. Like when they were trying to bring out the moon Malgam from hiding in the ground, and Rina used the spicy pepper chemi on some concrete, and the boy just like shot out. Like, it makes no sense. Only in this world would it make sense. The show is about to take a drastic turn, which was one of the main influences for the writing of this video. Gotchard, Daybreak, whoever it may be at this point, I feel will push Hotaru to evolve into something stronger, adapt his goal and how he approaches it, and even be better than before, and I'm really excited for what's to come. For what it is right now, before all of the madness, I love Kamen Rider Gotchard. It reminds me of the basic nature of the older shows, like Kamen Rider Forze, Wizard, O's. That entire golden era for me was lively, for being so simple as it was, and it's something that I've missed a lot. Also, if they don't do anything, by the way, I'm writing this like after episode 17, if they don't do anything with Kajiki and Sabimaru and becoming writers, or just becoming just more integral members of the team, I'm going to flip, because they are my two favorite characters right now. They're so wonderful. They've been getting like really sort of just nice focus episodes. Sabimaru is trying their best, and they became Dread and then overcame it like an episode later, and I want the best for them. They're wonderful, and their actors are great, and oh my goodness. Gotchard is so good.